this and y'all don't want me to say nothing. Huh? So just let it go, right? Just let them say what they want to say about me and I can't say nothing. I understand. But bro, this is my motherfucking show. And I say what the fuck I want to say. So whatever y'all came here to do it. See what happens. That's it. That's it. That's how y'all niggas came with. That ain't enough. This shit gonna be light work. Let's go.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Hot Boy Guttah, on GUP. I am him, because he is me. Today, we are performing an execution of Mickey Mike Foster and Reddy Rob Broderick. Before we get started, I would like for everybody to understand this is not a podcast. This is a execution, meaning there should be completely silence. You know, these guys deserve the proper farewell. So before we get started, I would like to ask everyone to remove anything from their eyes or their face, and also headwear, including myself. Pardon me. All right. Shall we get started? Let's get started. First on the list, we have Reddy Rob Broderick. Reddy Rob is a professional subliminal troller. Now, Reddy Rob is paying the ultimate price for his subliminal shots that he's taken at the throne. We will get to Mickey Mike a little later. But right now, we're going to say this about Reddy Rob, and we're going to refer to him as Reddy. Reddy Rob went on a rant earlier this week about my previous take on his team after they got blown out about Dirty South. I literally spoke on Rob being chumped off by the referee. The referee said, and I quote, "Shut your sorry ass up. You're getting blown out by 20 points. Don't blame me." End quote. Rob said, and I quote, "Damn, bruh, I can't talk to you." End quote. Now, we are here because Rob decided to run to his Instagram page, House Job for Robs, or the Black Mumbo Jumbo, whatever their Instagram name is. And he had a couple takes on my takes. Rob said that I was capping for clout. Mr. Reddy, if I am capping for clout, you will not be the guy I will be capping on. You don't have any clout at all, buddy. No clout whatsoever. For real. So, Rob, Reddy, I'm going to ask you to prefer to me as a professional journalist, which means I only give my take and my opinion on what I see, not from what I hear. People will say a lot of things, Rob. I will not go off what I hear. But what I see, I will speak on. Remember that, Mr. Reddy. All right? Now, Reddy Rob went on to say that he understands that a lot of kids, as referring to grown men, that we didn't grow up being part of the cool kids. And we were always looking for a chance to join the cool kids table. Well, Rob, if I remember, brother, probably like 13 years ago, you wasn't at that cool kid table when you was being a bottle girl for Dirty South. Do you remember that? When you had that broken down ass pickup truck with Jabari and old school Chuck, Charles and all of those guys had that Dirty South team? You remember that, Rob? You know, when you were trying so hard to get playing time in a men's league. Do you remember that, Rob? You actually had to pay dues to be a part of a men's league. Do you remember that, Mr. Ratty? Because I do. You know what y'all used to do after games back then, Mr. Ratty? Y'all used to go outside and talk for 3 hours straight. And you know what them guys did, the OGs did, when they was outside? They did a lot of drinking. And guess what I saw Mr. Ratty doing? Serving the drinks. Mr. Rob, we are not here to embarrass you. We are here to speak on nothing but the truth. And like I said before, this is nothing I heard. This is what I saw. Now, you may not notice me back then, but I was the guy. Oh, excuse me. Lord have mercy. What has come up over me? Let me get a sip. All this negative energy in the air. Pardon my ear manners. But yes, Rob, I was the guy standing out there who Jabari kept taunting by calling me Mr. Hustle, the hustle man. I was the guy with the real long dreads. You remember that? That guy that used to be doing a lot of dunking. You remember that? Yeah. So I was curious to what those guys did after games because I used to always leave. And when I leave, they would just pull back the tailgate of the trucks, pull out the lawn chairs, and kick it. So I was like, let me, be a fly on the wall for a second. Let me see what's going on with these guys, man, these old school guys. Boom, there go Rob and his old-ass pickup truck. Break down the tailgate, grabs a cooler, and starts serving grown-ass men drinks. Gatorade, orange juice, and whatever choice of alcohol that they preferred. So Rob, Mr. Ratty Rob, I want you to tell me, was that the cool kids table? Because if that was, I'm so happy me or other guys were not a part of that. If I have to pay dues to play in a men's league or whatever else those guys have going on, you know what? I would rather not. I'd rather not. I just go join another team, or I would just start my own team. Shout out to Black Rose. I would just start my own team before I do anything of that nature, Mr. Broderick, Ratty Rob. So, when you speak on being one of the cool kids, what cool moment did you ever have in this space of basketball? What cool moment did you have? You keep posting these old-ass B3 Pro-Am pictures, these old-ass Prather pictures that leagues that I also played in. I wasn't a bigger fan of them as you were. I even partnered with the B3 the same way I partner with East Point to bring content. They made me a part of the B3 family, gave me hoodies and T-shirts and all that. I never saw you at a few of those meetings, Mr. Broderick. So was that the cool kids table? Because if it was, you wasn't there. Now, grant you have been around for a minute. You do have stories. I give you that. But Rob, let's not forget, you was paying dues to get minutes to play in a men's league, brother. That's not P. That ain't even cool. So you know what I viewed you as? A bottle girl. I said, damn, these niggas got a bottle girl? After games, this is why they kicking it, because they got somebody serving them drinks. The cool cable that you preferring to, Rob, you wasn't even at the table. You was serving the table drinks. You was the one coming over there when the DJ say, don't forget to tip the bartender. Here come Rob. Woo! Woo! Yeah. Dirty South. Jabari. Yeah. Let's go. Sal. Woo! Are you fucking serious right now? I don't want to be at that cool table, Rob. But Rob, you know what? I will give you credit for something. You did have a point when you did say a lot of guys want to be part of the cool kids club and they want to sit at that table, but they're not built for it. And Mickey Mike Foster is one of them. He wanted to be a part of the basketball community. He wanted to be known. He wanted his name thrown out there so bad. He was willing to do anything, even sucker shit, to be a part of it. So, Mr. Rod Broderick, before we pull the lever on you, brother, I just want to say, I respect your trolling. I do. And I understand that last rant that you went on, I understand that wasn't directed towards me. I know it wasn't. You was tired of other guys, the uncool kids. You was tired of them piggybacking off what I said on my platform. You were so tired of it, I just didn't understand. Why didn't you direct it towards them? Why couldn't you have said, listen, Pooh, Guttah, whoever, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm sick of these wannabes trying to fit in. That's all it was, Mr. Broderick. I saw that. But instead of you saying that, you threw subliminal shots, forgetting everything they are saying came out of my mouth. So when you targeted those statements, you targeted me. And I don't take too well to that. So, Mr. Broderick, I would like to say, let this execution come to you in a peaceful manner. I hope that you find peace in this. And I hope that you got what you was looking for when you came throwing stones at the throne, brother. Now, we're going to let you die slowly, peacefully, and with some type of dignity. Because I do give you that. You do have some type of dignity. At least you do troll out loud. You don't do that. You do it out loud. You just not direct. And guess what, Rob? I respect it. I respect it because you owned up to it, and I respect it, brother. I have too. Now, may we please pull the lever on Mr. Ready Rob. Farewell, brother. See you Sunday. Now, the second execution come to the most delusional, the most lost, the most confusing Atlanta hooper I have ever ran into in the past few years. Mr. Mickey Mike Foster. Now, Mr. Mickey Mike just recently put up a 3-page essay he just get it together. He put up a 3-page essay basically committing, we're going to say, trolling suicide. Let's just say that. I don't have a real word for it, but we're going to say social suicide. He put up a 3-page essay announcing his social suicide when it comes down to the Atlanta basketball community, as if any of us gives a fuck. None of these boys welcomed you anyway, Mike. I did. I pulled you in. I spoke highly on you. I gave you flowers behind your back when the niggas that you was talking about me to was talking about you. I continue to stand by you. I continue to give you your flowers. I'm the one that stood by you. You better ask them niggas. Can't no nigga pull up nothing about me, whispering nothing about you. I stood 10 for you. 10. I was getting pulled to the side from 5 or 6 players saying, hey, Pooh, who you got? This guy or Mike? I said, I'm standing with my boy. He's the best 2 guard in any gym. The best. I never said anything else behind your back, bro. I never whispered anything else behind your back, bro. When I yelled it to you, boy, you the best two guard in any gym. I didn't have to go whisper anything different. I whispered the same thing. He's the best two guard in any gym. Fuck is he talking about? I may troll him, but I will never take back that statement. He was the best two guard in any gym. But you had that falling off. Cool. I let you know about that. I let you know about that live in front of 30 plus people that you are falling off. Get it together. Pick it up. Dust your shoulders out, brother. We need Killer Mike. And I ain't talking about Dungeon Family. We need Killer Mike. But instead of being Killer Mike, he became Mickey Mike. He became a little rat. Right along over there with the deceased Ratty Rob. But Ratty Rob has confidence. Ratty Rob has arrogance. He has an ego. And I cannot strip him of that. So he has dignity. I can't strip him of that. But you are easily scripted, brother. Easily. I don't care what nobody tag you in or tag me in and try to convince you of anything, bro. Because you know the real one is looking at you in your face. So it's only right that I pulled the lever on you because I'm the one that brought you in. I'm the one that was speaking on you. I told you when I first met you, I didn't like your game. I felt like you was a ball hog. All you wanted to do was score a bunch of points and lose with a smile on your face. Then to hear Herm yell it out your last game, boy, you are a happy loser. Bro, I ain't got to whisper nothing. They're saying it out loud. The Gunners named you Bad Shot Mike. I was the only one still saying, "No, that's my boy. I stand beside him." After Mario made you walk off the court and leave and left me hanging dry against the Gunners when I came to you and said, "Bro, this game is for you. We gonna kick them niggas' ass for what they said about you." And I went out there and dropped 30. And you was right behind me with like 18, 19, 20 something. We was kicking the Gunners' ass. And Mario told you to stop taking bad shots. You got upset and walked off the court. My boy, that is low confidence. That means anybody can get under your skin, nigga. You ain't built for the shit that you asked for. Why would you ask to be a part of this when you knew you wasn't built for it? You got the game fucked up, Mike. This the South Side. East side, west side. I don't know if you originally from Douglasville, but I don't know how they move over there. But on my side of town, you got to have tough skin. So that 3-page essay that you put out, I screenshotted it. And I'm not going to read all of it because it's just fucking too much to read. Do y'all see this, bro? I would rather make a video than write all this goofy ass shit. But all in all, Mike said, I'm going to just read the last part. He said, "Lastly, I'm getting back to pure basketball. Basketball is headed in a weird place because we've gotten away from the hoops, all the interviews, the cameras, the mics, and the podcast. Just leave me out of them, bro." Mike, you was never a part of it until you asked to be a part of it. You asked me to continue the podcast. You was the first one. Nigga, do you want me to screenshot them messages? Because I will. Comment below. I will pull up all of those. You was the very first guy to say, "Bro, this is what we need. Please keep this going." You asked for me to do that. And now you want to be left out of it because you don't like when it's time to sit at the cool kids table and be cool. Even when they are throwing dirt, they're throwing knives, they're throwing swords, they're throwing shots at you, you cannot remain player. You don't fit this shit, nigga. It's a reason why you didn't go nowhere after whatever you did in high school or whatever you did in college, whatever the fuck you did. It's a reason why you were stuck there. You weren't made for them type of lights, bro. And I ain't taking nothing from you, but it's showing right now. You weren't made for the big lights. Because these are small lights. My light isn't that big. It ain't. I never said it was. I never said it was. So you try to jump off a ledge and commit social suicide because you're not built. That don't pump. Your heart is in your ass. If a nigga kick you in your butt, you'll have a heart attack. You're not built for this, bro. So let's get back to our last encounter since you want to bring it up. But you forgot to tell everybody this. Mike didn't even know. I had already saw the video. Mike didn't even know it was a video of him calling my podcast a weak-ass podcast. He didn't even know I knew about it. He thought he got away with some sucker shit. But sucker shit, you can't just sweep that under the rug, Mike. You can't just do that, bro. It's too many ears and eyes and camera phones. That's why you mad. That's why in your last statement, you said too many cameras, too many microphones. You know why? Because you can't hide. We ain't crazy. It ain't just about basketball, nigga, because basketball has always been about camera, lights, action, podcast, media, analyst, Stephen A. Smith. It's always been about that. Shannon Sharp. It's always been about that. Skip Bayless. Always been about that. What's my boy name who had the different color eyes? I forgot my boy name. It's on the tip of my tongue, but y'all know who I'm talking about. It's always been about the Kendrick Perkins. All these guys. Basketball has always been about journalism, analytics, people gives and takes. Always. So why you want us to take away from it now? Why? Because you can't hide. You being exposed. So our last encounter, I walked up to you before your game started. Why you forget to tell people that? I walked up to you and said, Mike, I heard what you said about me. You got to stand on that. So when you say, damn, bro, we had a whole conversation after the game, nigga, we had a conversation before the game. You didn't want to clear it up. You didn't want to. You already knew what type of time I was on because you thought you got away with some sucker shit. You mad about these cameras and lights, but you always asking somebody to come there and film you and get highlights of you, nigga. Fuck, you always contradicting yourself, nigga. How the fuck you gonna say these cameras, these mics, and these podcasts are in the way when you want somebody filming you hooping? You asking niggas for highlights. Nigga, you used to ask me for highlights all the time. Hey, Pooh, I saw your camera up there, bro. Can you send me my highlights? You didn't have a problem with them then. But nonetheless, this is an execution. This is why you are dying, and you're dying slowly. My brother, I came up to you and said, I heard what you said. You got to stand on that. You looked at me, your eyes bucked up. You said, you heard what I said. I said, yeah, I heard what you said. You said, oh, for real? I said, yeah, you got to stand on that. You said, okay, bro, I got you. Right then and now, I thought it was all fun and games. I thought you knew right then and now, Pooh finna come at me. So after the game, 2K Trail ran up to me after y'all beat Brotherhood. Shout out to y'all. This ain't about that. 2K Trail ran up to me and said, hey, Pooh, hey, Guttah, don't forget to talk about that. I shook his hand like a man. He looked me in my eyes. I looked him in his. I said, 2K Trail, now y'all want me to talk about y'all? When y'all win, y'all want me to talk about y'all. But when y'all lose, y'all don't want me to say nothing. How we moving, brother? 2K Trail looked me in my face and said, Pooh, that ain't me. When you talk bad about us, I still come shake your hand. When you talk good about us, I respect it. I respect both sides. I said, you know what? I apologize, bro. You right. 2K Trail, comment below if these all facts. I ain't finna cap on nobody's name. He was the only nigga like a man run up on me and said, nigga, stand on that. We won. You stand on that. You speak on that. Mike walk his happy-go-lucky ass over there and says, nah, Trail, he ain't gonna talk about that. Right then and there, I was like, where that energy coming from? Was you trolling then? Was that troll? So guess what? I shook your hand and said, why wouldn't I speak on that? I said, Trail, Grant, and my boy right here with the dreads, those boys showed efficiency. I got to speak on that. I said, you took a lot of bad shots, Mike. They Slick had to carry you there. And I didn't see nothing wrong with that, but you did. And I know why you saw something wrong with it, Mike, because I wasn't bragging about you. You so used to me bragging about you, You didn't like the fact that I was giving flowers to other guys that was on your team that was deserving of it. They deserved that. Herm was yelling out bad shots coming up. Why was he yelling that out? Because you was doing it the whole game. You was forcing the whole game. Cool, we ain't even on that. But then you got in your feelings about that. You threw a bitch fit. I said, you know what, bro? I don't want to talk to you, bro. You act like an emotional ass female. That ain't P, bro. That ain't cool, bro. That's why Rob said you can't sit at that table. You're not used to it. So you decide to try to throw shots at me, and then you tried to throw shots at Spence. And oh my God, did that nigga put you in your place. That nigga Spence was on some real cool, like, player shit when he little boyed you. That nigga Spence said, what you say? You said, yeah, I got some work for you and I got some work for Guttah. I said, hold on, Mike. Let me kick his ass first. Then you could do what you want to. Spence said, who kick who ass? That nigga owe me. Spence, if I'm lying, comment below. He said he owe me. I said, what do you mean by that? I stepped out the way. I said, what do you mean? He said, Mike know what happened last time he came to my league and faced me. Mike yelled out his magic number. This is my magic number. Boy, I had 20. Mike be having 20 before the game starts, y'all. Side note, he be having 20 in the layup line. Nigga be like, Mike, what you gonna do? Oh, I already got 20. Damn, nigga, the game ain't even started yet. If you ever ask Mike anything, the main thing he be like, I had 20 or 30. This nigga ain't never got 13. 16, 18, 19, 23. He never has those type of numbers. It's either 20 or 30. That's how niggas know he be capping. Spence said, I said, damn, Spence, he had 20? Spence looked at me like, niggas, you serious? I said, Spence, I'm just asking. I said, okay then, Spence. Since you balling up your face, what did he have? Nigga, Spence said, nigga, take a 0 off that 20. He may have had 7. I said, oh, shit. Mike said, when? Yo, we played against you? Spence said, man, come on, bro. Don't act like that. He said, Mike, don't do that, bro. I was on my way out the door. I wasn't even finna do you like this. Mike went holler, we can call Cy. Spence said, please call Cy. I yelled out, don't call Cy. Because if what Spence saying is true, Mike, Cy's going to embarrass you. Once again, I'm protecting this nigga. Not knowing he on some other shit. Once again, I'm protecting him. That's why I'm the one that pulled the lever on him. So, Spence said, Mike, bro, I beat you so bad, you yelled out, play me one-on-one. I looked at Mike. I said, damn, Mike, what happened? I looked at Spence. Spence said, nigga, he ducked it. I said, he ducked what? Nigga, he ducked the ones. What? I said, damn, Mike, you ducked the ones? Give what the nigga Mike say. Shit, we could play ones right whenever you ready. Spence said, man, on some player shit. Oh, man, watch out. I ain't in shape to play you ones right now. You probably get me right now. I was ready then. Where you was? I said, oh, shit. Mike is not the nigga he think he is. He ain't even the nigga I thought he was. He had me fooled. I'm like, damn. I've been bigging up the wrong guy this whole time. I got so much egg on my face. Pause. I got so much egg on my face, I had to come clean it up. That's why I did what I did. You feel me? Nigga, not only was you bad-mouthing me, but I was bigging you up just for you to make me look stupid. So, yeah, I gotta get you. Gotta get you. You gotta get it. You feel me? I don't care how you take it. You take it however you want to take it. Like I said, we'll see each other Sunday. I ain't got no personal issues. But if you want to holler at me, holler at me. But other than that, Mike, bro, it's over with for you in Atlanta basketball. We don't respect you, bro. All that respect was lost during the moment it was time for you to troll. Because that's what you said you was doing. You were trolling. How come you couldn't stick to the trolling? Why you give up? You know why? Because it wasn't trolling, Mike. You was doing some sneaky shit on the low, and you thought you got away with it, little bro. Well, you ain't even no little bro. You Mickey Mike. You ain't my fucking little bro, nigga. My little bros some killers. Real killers. I'm talking about real killers. Fuck basketball. All of my biological brothers, nigga. Real ones. So you don't fit that description. I was giving you the killer in basketball term. Because I normally would spot a killer from a mile away. But like I said, Mickey Mike, you had me fooled, brother. I went for the animated shit. I went for the character. I went for the Looney Tune act. I did. And I'm man enough to admit that. But that's why you dead to the community now, Mike. You can continue to force shots all you want. We ain't paying you no attention. You can do whatever you want to, brother. We ain't paying you no attention. And yes, we will not speak on you no more. Nobody will. We don't even want to. Everybody was saying, Guttah, leave him alone. Let that be it. I told him I will. I leave it alone, but let me kill him first. So yeah, there you go, brother. There you have it. I ain't got to get on here and embarrass you. I ain't got to get on here and get loud, call you out your name. I ain't got to do none of that. I'm too player. I see right now, you will fold. I got dressed up real nice to put you in Ready Rob away. Real nice. So yes, my brother, I wasn't trying to throw dirt on nobody's name. I just wanted to have fun. So for me to get dressed up this nice, you and Rob, I used to respect y'all. And I'm gaining respect back for Rob, but nigga, I have zero respect for your punk ass. And I'm sorry. I meant that in a delightful way. I did not mean that the wrong way. So Mike, enjoy your day, brother. Enjoy your death. See you on the other side.